Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday Live Dharma. My name is Ava, and I have been practicing with this temple for the past about 9 years. Today, our good friend John Miller is going to share his Dharma talk, All is Grace. Let us start our practice by reading the essential dharmas of daily practice together, page 11. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. Let us return resentment into gratitude. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all. Now, please stand up and let's join in happy relaxation movements guided by Reverend J.
Hello. Okay, let's stretch our body together. First, circle our ankles softly and with your wrists together. Good. And the other side, circle your ankles and your wrists together. Good. Now, circle your knees slowly. Imagine, make the small circle in your knees. Good. To the other direction. Good. Now, spread your feet a little and circle your waist softly. You don't need to hurry, just make your body comfortable. To the other direction. Make the small circle in your body. Now, circle your shoulders. To the other direction. And And circle your head softly. Make your neck comfortable. To the other direction. Good. Then spread our feet properly. Turn one foot direction at right angles. Lean back. Push your thighs softly. Feel behind the knees are stretched. Good. To the other direction. Lean back and push your thighs softly. Good. Now, spread your feet apart as you can and bending your knees. Good. With hands, clasp both hands above your head. Lift and push to the sky as much as you can. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, lift and push to the sky. Inhale, exhale, push your arms. One more time. Inhale, exhale, as much as you can. Very good. Now, bring your hands up to your chest and push them firmly to the sides. Repeat. Inhale, bring your hands up, and exhale, push to the sides. Inhale, exhale, inhale, bring your hands up, exhale, push to the sides. Very good. Now, put your hands to your waist and shift your weight to the one side, and the other side, one side, to the other side. Now hands together. Swing your arms with your legs and shift to the other side with bending your arms, making a fist. Repeat. Swing your arms, shift the weight, and shift to the other weight. One more time. Inhale, feel the energy in your palm, and exhale. It's better to open your chest. One more time. Inhale, feel the energy in your palm, and exhale, bending your arms softly. Good. The other direction. Shift your weight. Swing your arms. And exhale. bending your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Repeat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. Now, hold both hands above your head and rotate your torso significantly. You don't need to hurry. Just imagine making the big circle on your body. To the other direction. Imagine making the big circle on your body. Good. Now, lightly bending your knees. Good. And swing your arms widely. And above your head. Good. Now to the chest line. And above your head. One more time to the chest line. Above your head. One more time to the chest line. And above your head. Good. Now, place the other foot behind you, like this. Lightly bending your knees. And push one hand. Push the other hand. And push both together. The other side. Push one hand. The other hand. And push both hands. Repeat. One hand, the other hand, both together. And one hand, the other hand, both hands. Good. Now the last one. Spread your feet apart and raise your arms up. Lower your palm in front of your body. Repeat. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, lower your palm. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, make your body comfortable. One more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now place your feet together and repeat. Raise your arms up and exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale softly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, let's offer 4 bows, either full bows or standing bows. Please stand behind your mat so you can use it as knee padding.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite source of marvelous existence. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, embracing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to develop justice and freedom through Dharma and universal principles. Meditation is simple and easy. Anyone can practice it. Take time to find your most comfortable position on a mat, a bench, or a chair. Wiggle and stretch to release any tension. Gently rock back and forth until you're balanced and settled, like a peaceful mountain. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, release any tension or uneasiness. Gently bring your focus to your lower abdomen. Allow yourself to settle into belly breathing. As you breathe in, your lower belly gently expands. When you release your breath, your lower belly gently shrinks. Our lower belly is the home for our whole body. It is the storehouse of our vital Qi energy. We call it the Danjan, our Qi energy field. As you softly breathe in and release, gradually strengthen your lower back and open your chest and heart. Bring your awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, behind your 2 front teeth. When your tongue rests there, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. This is a delightful sign of cool energy ascending. Smile at your calm and clear spirit. If your face or body begins to itch, just note the itching. It will pass on its own. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not play with them. As you exhale, let them float away like clouds, or invite them to settle down and meditate with you. Continue to bring your awareness back to your Danjan abiding breath. My body, my breath. I sit, just sit. My sitting body touching earth, reaching to the sky. My body is settled, grounded, calm. My mind always busy, thinking, analyzing, justifying, storytelling, seeking. I breathe and calm my mind through breath. I settle my mind, bringing it to the body and the body to the mind, harmonious. I am not sleepy. I am not asleep. My mind and my body are synchronized, calm and clear. May we be here now, ever calm, ever alert, just sitting.
Page 4, Youngju. 연기 아신정 만사여의 아신도 천재여와 동일체 아여 천지 동심정 The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharma Buddha, fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts.
Kanjari
wish and pray, sincerely and truly, where my hands touch the world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together, share a true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings.
Sutra chanting Won in English. Page 9.
One is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings that lost the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings, till one manifests as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, till one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, viewed as impermanence, till one unfolds into infinite worlds, through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of birth, we transform through the six realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Won Song, the Dharma Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Won and become one with the nature of Won.
This morning, our good temple friend, John Miller, will share his Dharma talk, All is Grace. Let's practice deep listening as we welcome John.
Hello. Today, I'd like to share with you my thoughts on the threefold study and its relevance to a chant that we enjoy here at the temple. All is grace. Since I started coming to the temple in January, I've experienced firsthand how the threefold study helps alleviate suffering, and that what at first sight seems like harm is in fact grace. The threefold study consists of cultivating the spirit, inquiry into human affairs and universal principles, and choice in action. For this talk, I'm going to focus on cultivating the spirit, which in practical terms means meditation in all its various forms we learn here. In the principal book of Won Buddhism, cultivating the spirit is broken down into 3 sections, which are its importance, its objective, and its consequences. I'm going to use my experience over the last year as an example of the transformation that can occur if we follow the practice of cultivating the spirit. The teachings say that cultivating the spirit means nourishing that spirit, which is clear and round, calm and tranquil, by internally letting go of a tendency toward discrimination and a penchant toward attachment, and externally not being enticed by distracting sensory conditions. We tend to think of this distraction as coming from desires and other external things that we consider pleasurable and that will make us happy. But in a way, that desire for pleasurable things is born from a fear that without them we will be unhappy. I know for myself that I am also attached to unpleasant things. These are born from false beliefs that originate in childhood. For example, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve love, or I'm a bad person. These core beliefs lead to very unpleasant sensory conditions that, as the first line of the essential dharmas of daily practice reminds us, cause disturbances in the mind, such as depression and anxiety. And because, on a subconscious level, I believe these falsehoods, I seek out evidence to prove those beliefs are true. I create all kinds of false stories in my mind that, because they are founded on these core beliefs, I simply just cannot let go of them. Rather than being willingly attached, it's more like being unwillingly stuck. My disturbed mind leads to delusions, the second line of the essential dharmas of daily practice. And those delusions lead to wrongdoings, the third line of the essential dharmas of daily practice. It wasn't until I started writing this talk that I realized that the first 3 lines of the essential dharmas of daily practice are not separate, but rather the order in which our minds get caught up in the illusion of self. Exactly a year ago today, that cascade of disturbance to delusion to wrongful action landed me in the hospital. I physically injured myself due to extreme anxiety that had been building during the previous week. I had to have exploratory surgery to confirm I hadn't done any serious damage, and after 3 days under medical observation, I arrived on the Crisis Stabilization Unit, which is a psychiatric ward in the same hospital. This would be my home for the next 3 weeks. All is grace? Really? If that were true, I certainly couldn't see it. But seeds were being sown that would lead me to realize that yes, all is grace. Indeed, some of the seeds sprouted while I was still in the hospital. I realized I must work through my social anxiety that was largely responsible for my isolation of the past few years, and get out there and meet people, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. After my release from the hospital, I spent the next month at home learning how to manage anxiety and generally just resting before going back to work in the new year. On the 3rd of January, I got an email from the temple. I attended some online services and offerings during lockdown, but to be honest, had forgotten about the temple, and I hadn't paid much attention, if any, to the emails that occasionally arrived. But this email invited me to take a look at a video showing all the things that the temple had done during 2022. As I started to watch it, my immediate reaction out loud was, "Wow, look at all those people. I must go there." And I did. That very evening, in fact. It was my first Tuesday night meditation, and it was my first Won Gong lullaby during lying down meditation. I already had a meditation practice of sorts, but it was very patchy and ineffective. I simply wasn't doing my work. I lacked the necessary direction and support of a teacher and a community. All that changed that night. I built up my meditation stamina steadily, and by April, I was cultivating my spirit for 30 minutes, twice a day, every day. I understood the importance of the practice. But what of its objective? The principal book of Won Buddhism says, "Through their distress and idle thoughts, and their wrath and anxiety, they may become weak of nerve, lose touch with reality, or in the most extreme of cases, some might even commit suicide. Therefore, our aim is to engage in cultivation that nurtures our autonomous power by removing this desire that spreads its tendrils widely and attaining a sound spirit." Autonomous power? One dictionary definition of autonomous is freedom from external control. Does that mean stop letting external events trigger my false beliefs about myself? And in doing so, be able to see those beliefs for what they are? Well, I'm pleased to report it did exactly as promised on the can. By mid-year, my anxiety had all but gone, as too had my depression. I was engaged socially, especially here at the temple. My performance at work greatly improved, and for the first time in my life, I had established some roots and some wonderful connections. So what are the consequences according to the teachings? If we continue the work of cultivating the spirit for a long time, our spirit will become as solid as iron or stone. And in applying ourselves to the myriad sensory conditions, autonomous power will arise in the mind, and ultimately we will gain the power of cultivation. I can see that happening. In August, as I reflected on the effect that my meditation practice was having on me, I had a striking realization. The growth I had experienced and the peace that I had found could not have come about had I not been in the hospital. I realized what grace is, and I realized that what happened last year was grace. All of it was grace. Perhaps one of the most powerful things that happened this year was after I'd been coming to the temple for about a month. I looked forward to bowing to people with palms together. What a joyful way to greet people. One morning, as I entered my bathroom to have a shower, I surprised myself by looking in the mirror, smiling and bowing to me. Remember those false beliefs? For most of my life, I avoided looking at myself in a mirror. I certainly did not like seeing myself smiling, either in a mirror or in photographs. But now, every morning, there I am, big smile on my face as I bow and silently say, "Hello, John." I also noticed something else in the mirror. The scars from my injury and the surgery, those have almost faded. But the power of greeting myself each morning continues to grow. Each bow to myself and others nourishes my spirit. Let's summarize the teaching of cultivating the spirit. Importance: nourishing that spirit, which is clear and round, calm and tranquil, by internally letting go of a tendency toward discrimination and a penchant toward attachment, and externally not being enticed by distracting sensory conditions. Objective: our aim is to engage in cultivation that nurtures our autonomous power by removing this desire that spreads its tendrils widely and attaining a sound spirit. Consequence: if we continue the work of cultivating the spirit for a long time, our spirit will become as solid as iron or stone, and in applying ourselves to the myriad sensory conditions, autonomous power will arise in the mind, and ultimately we will gain the power of cultivation. So now, please bow to your friend next to you and nourish your spirit. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, John, for that really powerful and inspirational talk. You exquisitely described being stuck unwillingly, as well as exquisitely describing the power of a practice. It's not just poetic words, it's really feet on the ground, really core for our transformation. Thank you so much. Friends at home, this time you are welcome to share your thoughts in the live chat or take a few moments and reflect on the message and lessons that you've heard from John. Friends here in the Dharma Hall, this is a time to pair up in groups of 2 or 3 and share your own reflections with each other.
Wow, what a vibrant energy of a conversation. And would you continue a conversation after this? Would you talk about that with your family members at home? Nick, how many friends are joining us online right now?
Currently, we have about 31.
Wow. Hello to 31 friends who are together with us. And I see new friends' name today. Let's see, Jason.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. We have Marguerite. How do I say your name? Welcome. And we have Haley. Hi, Haley. And we have a Turner. Welcome. And then we have a Zander. Zander.
Yeah, Xander.
Xander, very unique name. Anyone else new? First time here today. Well, you all look glowing and beautiful and handsome. Thanks to wonderful Dharma sharing, John. You've been contemplating on this talk for a whole year, and it's very enlightening. We can take all just extra portion of this message of grace and gratitude, finding grace, especially for this Thanksgiving week. Are you ready for Thanksgiving? To truly, yes? The truly powerful way of celebrating Thanksgiving is to really connect with our hearts of gratitude no matter what. So one exercise came to my mind. Can you think of one thing that bothers you? For example, my right knee bothers me. But anything that bothers you physically, emotionally, internally, or from any relationship, family, friends, work. Can you think of, raise your hand if you can think of one thing that bothers you recently or for a while already, that we are all on this exercise. So invite that on your hand, open your palms, invite that one thing that bothers you. And now imagine you are rubbing that bothering things, rub and polish. Take off all the dust and polish. And see if you can find grace from harm, grace from that bothering thing. Grace, can you find the grace from that bothering thing, body, thought, emotion, or person? Can you find grace? Grace shining, glowing, that is there. But sometimes it's buried, covered. We have a potential, great capacity that we can find grace from harm. So here is our favorite chant, all is grace, no matter what. We have this infinite, great heart and mind that we can really see and connect that all is grace. So welcome to join us chanting if you feel moved to chant together. All is grace. All is grace. I am grateful. All is grace. All is grace. All is grace. I am grateful. All is grace. All is grace. All is grace. I am grateful. All is grace. All is grace. All is grace. I am grateful. All is grace. All is grace. All is in sensory conditions, in the myriad of sensory conditions, in response to 10,000 sensory conditions. May we remember all is grace within, all around us. May we have mind power to excavate the gem of grace from harm and difficult, challenging moments. Dear friends, let us truly wish happy Thanksgiving to our friends. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for practicing with us today. My name is Kelly, and I've been practicing here at the temple for 6 years. And so I'm very grateful to have this space to be with you and to share your practice. And I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. This afternoon at 4 p.m., our sister temple in Raleigh is inviting you to join a peaceful community meditation gathering. Please join if you're able. It's a beautiful way to end the day and to start your week. And next Sunday, November 26th, is a very special day. We will be celebrating the spiritual Thanksgiving with a service. We honor our deceased loved ones who have brought blessings into our lives. And to help us plan, we are asking from you if you could please sign up on our website. And children are welcome to come and join us here in the Dharma Hall. And if you are new and you would like to join our community listserv, there are sign-up cards in the foyer. Or you can just send us an email and we'll get you on the list. We are grateful for your kind awareness that our temple continues its spiritual work through your generous support. The offering table is in the foyer, and also please consider becoming a temple sustainer if you have not yet. And you can talk to one of the reverends or Kathleen or someone and how to go about being a sustainer. And thank you for friends that already are and have shared your kind donations. Our Kyominims and community extend their best wishes for everyone who is traveling this week to arrive and depart from their destinations safely and happily. Now let us bless our day and each other with morning prayer song on page 13.
Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world.
See you again. Thank you. Thank you for practicing with us. Waving to our, how many? 34 friends. 감사합니다.